Hi, my name is Richard Kucha, and this is my Pecha Kucha. When asked what was the most meaningful reading you have read in Rhetoric 103 and why, I say Harari's Sapiens. Harari wrote Sapiens, an amazing, awe-inspiring book that made me rethink about everything I originally thought was correct. Originally from Israel, Harari has proven through his work what a genius writer and rhetorician he was. What do Martin Luther King Jr., Wen Stevenson, and Phyllis Wheatley have in common? Their problems are all mentioned in Harari's tour de force book, Sapiens. Sapiens is a book that all of them would have enjoyed reading due to the holistic nature that Harari takes in talking about a multitude of issues that all three of them faced, leading you to think differently about those issues. Harari uses many examples to explain difficult to understand topics. For example, he introduced the idea of imagined order through the use of the example Kucha lion in Hammurabi's code. Imagined order is the idea that natural law and order are made up and we can break them at any time, but no matter what rules we break, there are still rules. Imagined order helped create social hierarchies. Harari mentions how this European superiority complex over Africans helped put black people in a never-ending cycle of poverty and misery. Imagined order also helped create this idea of supremacy between races and even define separation of race itself. This has led to things like the African slave trade and slavery. Martin Luther King Jr. is a civil rights activist and BU alum who fought for equal rights for all. However, like mentioned previously before, while he got the change he wanted, we still struggle with injustice today. Racism is still prevalent in the modern day, whether it be conscious or unconsciously. For example, Jim Crow-era laws are still in effect in some states today. Phyllis Wheatley, the genius black female writer, is someone who also fought against this oppressive imagined order. Her gender often restricted her opportunities. Harari mentions how women often were seen as second-hand citizens and property. Phyllis Wheatley turned this idea around by showing how she has a voice through writing that no other female had. Harari has mentioned how humans have caused the extinction of many animals. The famous example is the dodo bird, which we killed off after shortly discovering it. Today, scientists often give the excuse that climate change or natural causes has killed off a lot of animals before, but now we're the one perpetuating climate change. Wen Stevenson is a climate change activist. He has even written a book on climate change and is an important figure in the movement. He has even gotten arrested for it. If we don't do anything to try to fight climate change, more animals will die, people will suffer, and overall quality of life of both humans and animals will go down. Sapiens has done an amazing job tying all three of these people together through one book. And honestly, I could have mentioned more. What I mentioned here is only a snippet of what the book contains. This ranges from what the future holds to why nowadays farming is horribly inhumane. This has really caused me to rethink society and the past. The book is meaningful to me because it makes me want to read more. I plan on finishing Sapiens when I have time and continue to read Harari's other pieces of literature. He has 3 books about the past, present, and future. The past, Sapiens. The present, 21 Lessons of the 21st Century. The future, Homo Deus.